What up, everybody? It's Ponter here, and today we've got a special game. This game was played in 2008. It's called Replay is called Great Spam, and it's from a set of replays that Kat recently shared. And so I didn't play this game. It was played. It's not a ranked game. It's like a special rules game, but there's a lot of there's a few familiar faces like these are some good players. So like, shoot the moon, famous Wick player. But this must have been some kind of community game with some weird ass rule set. And yeah, like there's some good games in that set of replays that Cat shared. Ironically, the few games that I actually like uploaded into Wick, half of them I already had those replays. So I'm guessing Cat must have found some of these replays on Wick Tracker and uploaded them. So I still have a lot to go through for those. This game, I chose this because I didn't know what this game was, and I also have no idea what the fuck these rules are. I think it's called Great Spam, and like looking at everything, everyone's goading one unit. So I think the rules are you can only use one unit. Like you can use whatever you want, but this guy's clearly breaking the rules if that's the case. So there's some inconsistencies here. Maybe this guy just doesn't know the rules. If Cad, I don't know if you even played in this. If this is like your like somebody could explain to me what the hell is going on here, because it's just a mess. Like the scout helicopter swarm, swarms of scout helicopters, and like look at these things actually do some deep damage. Like it's pretty impressive. Of course, they're getting destroyed. Like, yeah, I don't not know what's going on here. And Shoot the Moon, I kind of want to watch him because he does very well in this game. Just spamming jeeps, like it's like crazy. And yeah, like I don't know what the meta is for this. Like, do you? Like, I don't know what these guys are doing. It's just madness. Definitely not optimal. Like it's definitely a fun game. So we're just gonna see. We're just gonna see how it goes, and try to figure out what exactly the rules, if there are even any rules. And while we're doing that, I want to talk about. I think. Oh yeah, what a strike! I think we should be doing more of these stupid community games. I mean, it's hard enough to get people in for a pub games, and it's even harder to get enough people for match modes. But I think you could have a good, you could have some good fun with some rules, like some silly rule games, and then like everyone can play. Like you don't have to worry about the noobs. We don't want the noobs to play in our match mode games because it's gonna make them cancer, and then like maybe the noobs don't want to get pub stomped every day by the good players who are using their meta strategies and everything like that. Like maybe people just want to do something silly where, if you go mass scout helicopters, you're not going to get yelled at. And these types of games, you kind of learn quite a bit. Like look at these scout helicopters just devour light tanks, and like you can't hide from this. Like you could just be chain scanning the whole game. Or like how often do you see a horde of repair jeeps repairing a horde of scout helicopters? It's beautiful. And again, like I still don't know what the rules are. Like it must be you have to spam one type of unit, and there's so many options for silly rules. Like I like just like the one unit types. Like I think a mass light tanks is very interesting, and then you have like one silly and look at this matchup. Just brutal. Like mass light tanks with like carpet bombs only was a very, like I had a lot of fun playing that back in the day, that rule set. And there's tons of other things that you could do. And look at this cheeky light tank in the back. And just Shoot the Moon's just spamming repairs. This guy's spamming med art. This guy's spamming medium anti-air on the flanks. The mass scouts clearly working, doing their work in the back. That's good stuff. And yeah, like there, it doesn't seem to be there. There's no limits on the TA apparently. Like, oh man, that's a nice tank buster. Damn. You know, don't clump up your tanks, guys. This must be a mix. Of, like, there's probably good players and bad. Like, there's a few DC players in here and some other good clans. Like, DN was a good clan back in the day. Mac was not a good clan. Like, you could stomp these guys all day back in the day. Oh, and they get them. They get the scout. Yeah. So yeah, in terms of silly rules, like, I think we should plan on doing some community. I would love to do some community stuff especially around Christmas. Like, it's coming up. Like, we're halfway through November now. Like, if we plan something for like that holiday week in December, like, we could do some proper match modes. We could do, you know, some stupid community games. We definitely have the servers for it now. And really, it's just a matter of imagination and also having enough people on. Like, you only need 16 people to have a really stupid game, and we already have really stupid games every day. Like, let's do some organized stupidity. And look at this, the anti-air of the troop transports, devastating. Like, what a stupid, just, no, got him. You know, what a stupid thing to spam, but he's getting a hell of a lot of score with his fucking giant repair train. But I mean, anything could kill this. This is so vulnerable. In the meantime, like, this light tank is still going. Like, nobody's getting heavy choppers, so maybe heavy choppers aren't allowed. Ooh. And then, yeah, Haya. He was so protective of his med art. And, I mean, to critique the red side, like, red side never pressured this. Like, this is, like, clearly nobody knows the meta. Like, put a scout over here and put a couple heavy tanks here and just grind this down, and so you can put some pressure on it, and also have a heavy tank over here to keep this suppressed. Instead, they just kind of tunnel vision everything on bridge, which is, whenever Red 4 does that, it's bad news. You know, just you never want to tunnel vision on farmland. And yeah, here's some other newbie stuff, like the line of choppers. Like, you gotta put your choppers in a box mode. And here comes the fucking scout helicopter. Like, scout helicopters, they do work against inf. Like, a mass horde of scouts would fuck up inf really bad, and like, inf can't hide. Yeah, good advice, guys, good advice. And I'm still, like, baffled, just baffled by this. You know, Haya's got we got 2 players of spamming med art, and the risky med art cap has been defeated by the heavy airstrike. You know, that's a good expenditure of resources. And now they're just getting, you know, their spawn's getting pushed in. I guess that, again, like, if you're red 4 and you've just completely dominated the bridge, what's your well, you have some choices. Like, you could push into the spawn and spawn rape. You could push to airport and fuck up airport, or why don't you just push to crop? You know, then you have some units here supporting you. You have some units here. You know, you just creep along here, and there's, like, if you just stick close to the river, you aren't going to get side shot that much. Or you could use your arty spam and get some cover with smoke, and then go and actually, like, decap that. And yeah, this is why you don't want to bunch up on here. You know, Shoot the Moon has generated enough TA for a fucking nuke off of 2 nukes. Oh yeah, good one. Yeah, those are some sexy nukes. And the repair train just continuing doing work. And of course, this is a nice touch. The bridge, if you nuke right here, you destroy the bridge, and then it just becomes drop span and like shoot the moon, setting himself up for success. Very nice, very nice. And then of course dropping over here too, decapping that. And this little abortive push just gets cleaned up. Yeah, and these overextended tanks don't stand a chance against the scout helicopters. Oh man. Although the sniper took a frag to the face, that sucks. Yeah, it's still a very close game. Like, I can't remember who wins this. I just like watched it once and was like, had no idea what was going on. Just baffling. And yeah, I guess you could play silly in ranked games, but yeah, that is interesting. That's two scouts on top of each other. Oh, that's some aerobatic shit. Oh, and Shoot the Moon's Jeep cluster got wiped out. But I mean, you can always get some more. Meanwhile, they had getting some good line of sight on the bridge. Still anyone's game. Well, I see we transitioned to the demo engineers. That's interesting. And just charging scouts gets the AA. Soft targets don't stand a chance against scouts. And it wouldn't be Farmland without just constant mid-air battles. I will just speed this up a little bit, like yeah, fix the bridge. Just really dumb shit in this game. Like, why not one player is going to send all his AA on one side and the other player is going to send all his heavy tanks on one side? Come on, guys. See, we've transitioned from the mass scout to the mass light tank. So this makes me think it's about spam. It must be something spam related. Like, look at this spam, like, just rolling out with 5 heavies. Beautiful. And this is, yeah, spawn raping heavies. And finally somebody gets heavy choppers. Like, this is like the first heavy chopper I've seen this game, which is pretty fucking weird. It's still anyone's game. The Soviets refusing to fix the bridge. Like, come on, guys, it's 10 TA. Just fix the bridge. It's like, what is it, like against the rules? Like, no bridge fixing TAs. Everything else is allowed, though. Oh, and this guy's got ranked up. Yeah, Man Bear Pig, he's a good player. The ranked up meds, brutal. And then just the med art spam has just been continuing. Like, I feel sorry for the infantry players, if there even are any infantry players. And just their jeeps repairing all the beat up med art. Beautiful. This is synergy right here. This is pure synergy. If you're gonna do retarded spam, I mean, this is how you do it. Of course, you're getting hit by RD, USSR RD. Just repair it with your jeep spam. And another nuke. This might be the game winner right here. Not the mass scouts. Of course, this tank survived. That's lucky. But yeah, nice combo drops. This is how you're gonna win on Farmland. Is a nice combo drop with the RD spam, and these guys just steadfastly refusing to fix the bridge and instead just overextend tanks with no AA. Like, I'm amazed Like USSR just played so retarded, like super retarded, and they have like some good players. But look at the shoot the moon score just off Jeeps, just off of Jeeps, guys. Like, you don't need, you don't need anything but Jeeps. Like, fuck it. Just hilarious. And yeah, that's a nice touch. Very nice touch. Just to clutch the win. I mean, it would be good if you guys could cap this too. So I mean, this was some great spam, guys. I mean, of course, I don't think any of these players are still playing, but this shows the opportunity. You can have some retarded. Like, imagine if we had some stupid rule sets with the players we've got now. Like, the games would be ridiculous. I mean, I would definitely want to play. Like, if this was the rule set, like, where you can only use one unit at a time, I think you'd be, like, very interesting games. And maybe you ban, like, the really OP ones. Like, you can't use heavies, like, heavy choppers. Like, that would just be unfair. You'd have, like, one player going mass scouts and like 3 players going mass heavies and just raping everything. But yeah, DC must sad. Well, you guys played stupid, so you deserve that loss. And just shoot the moon, just dominant, like 1,000 points higher than the second highest. He had some clever TA, and I guess they were spamming TA to him. Look how fast this guy's gonna die to chopper spam. Not very fast, actually. But yeah, this is a very interesting game. Like, again, thank you for Kat for posting these. I'm gonna go through the list and try to find some more of these kind of stupid games that are interesting. There's a lot of 1v1s in there. Yes, people are raging. Like, I wouldn't be too mad about losing to this. Like, you had some dumb players. And yeah, hopefully we can get some more of these silly games out here. Like, this is Wick history. Some great spam. Alright, thanks guys.